and welcome to just basically the last two reviews anyway. Happy belated Halloween. First of all, it is November 1st technically, and I would have done this review last night, but did a few other scheduling things. Anyway, getting to the review now. I decided to go with the last two movies. The first one is done with William Sanderson, who was in Fight for Your Life, and I know there's a few other movies he's probably done. I just can't think of any at the moment. But in this one, he doesn't play the villain. Unlike in Fight for Your Life, which he played your sort of typical racist, cold-blooded killer type. In this one, though, it's a little different. The movie's called Savage Weekend, and Christopher Allport plays a husband whose ex-wife and her boyfriend decide to go up to the country, upstate New York, and she doesn't. She has a child, of course. She has a son. You don't see him much in the film, though. You only see him in the first part, more or less. But she and some of her friends, including her new boyfriend, decide to go to upstate New York for the weekend. And of course, there's going to be a killer. Before I get to that, though, there are some interesting parts about this film. There's another couple. They're sort of married, or sort of dating, I'm not sure which. But there is one other guy who can't stand the fact that this guy's with this girl. But in the film, you're sort of led to believe that you can't really tell if he was gay, or if he actually liked the girl, or whatever. But the fact is, he's pretty much one of the really likable, interesting characters that can fight pretty well. There's a good barroom scene where you're thinking, you have no idea that he can fight that well, because he comes off a little effeminate in the bar and just, kind of, I think he's just basically playing mind games with the two people that were trying to make fun of him. And he almost kills one of them, which was a good scene. But in any event, like I said, fast forward up to, they go to New York, they go to this little country area, and this is the part where you find William Sanderson, who plays Otis. And you also find another guy named Mac. And Mac is sort of this redneck logger character. And Otis is sort of I guess you can call him the red herring / comic relief, because there are points in time in the film where you probably will think that he is the one doing the killing. And of course, he's not. And this was a pretty good film. I don't know if this was one of the films that made the Videos Nasties list or not. Although I'm probably sure it might have been a strong candidate for it back in the 80s. In terms of blood, there's not a hell of a lot. That's by today's standards, this would be pretty tame in some ways. There's also, look for a very, very young Yancy Butler, who went on to play Jean-Claude Van Damme's love interest in the movie Hard Target. And I think she's done a few other films. She plays the little girl who is Mac's daughter. And you kind of wonder what's going to happen between Mac and the wife, because he nearly gets killed, she nearly gets killed, and I'll let you guess who the killer is, but pretty, it's not too hard if you think about it. Let's just say the killer was working for a politician who thought that his friends were jealous of him and always wanted favors and money whenever he was in, power with this other politician. And I think he probably got maybe let go, or the politician just, and maybe the term ran out. I'm not sure which. In any event, decent film. The next film, the last film for rFest, was Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing's final pairing as Van Helsing and Dracula in the Satanic Rites of Dracula, also known as Count Dracula and his Vampire Bride in the United Kingdom. This was a good film. It's, Van Helsing, of course. Peter Cushing plays a great Van Helsing. Christopher Lee, of course, probably the only successor I can think of to play the part of Dracula. Successor to, like, say, Bela Lugosi. But yeah, this was a very good movie. It's too bad it was their last pairing, truthfully, in a way, because I did like the dynamic that these two shared, because this one, though, I haven't seen the others, so I don't know if I can really make a comparison. But in this one, you really don't see them do much battle between each other until the very end, pretty much. And there is some good, it's a good plot, though. Dracula's trying to unleash the bubonic plague, and his followers are all like a satanic cult, and they're all members of power in, like, Parliament and whatnot. And Van Helsing, of course, has his granddaughter and two other agents helping him out. And she survives, I think. I don't think they killed her off. But it was, I guess my only real complaint, well, I can't really say this. I suppose, let's just say see the trailer at your own risk and leave it at that. But, I don't know. That's just my thought. Anyway, this has been the Grindhouse. Happy Halloween until next year. If I do rFest 2, which might happen. I don't know yet. Till next year on October the 1st. rFest wise, anyway. Filthy well. The next reviews will be sooner, though. But they probably won't be a horror film.